What's happening, Captain? My name's Nidal. You can just call me Nidal. I measured 17 necklace ionizers. I measured the positive ions and negative ions. I did not measure the sub-ion type. I'll talk about that more in future videos. First off, do body-worn ionizers work? 100% yes. I used to take 4 allergy medications a day. Now I take 0. These things really work. You only need one. You don't need to wear all 17. Why don't people know about this? It's simple, because we do not have any ionizer experts in this country. Trust me, I've tried looking for one. I couldn't find one that can actually explain how this works. It does work. I'm going to make a series of videos explaining the entire science and engineering behind it. I honestly believe everyone should be wearing one, even if you don't have allergies. Now, some of these ionizers are high quality, some of them are low quality. Just because it has a high ion count does not mean it's good for you, but that's your choice, that's your experience. I will be reviewing each one individually, but that's me. You might have a different experience. The lower quality ionizers, if they're negative only, they will still give off some positive ions. That's just an issue that they have. Some of these are bipolar ionizers where they give off both. It's your choice what you want to wear, what you like. I've worn both. They both work. I prefer negative only, but you might prefer bipolar. The most important measurement are the side ions. You want the ions to shoot all around you, not just in one straight lane. That way you get the most protection. The more expensive ionizers, you'll notice they're much better at this. Some of these ionizers have a built-in fan. That actually changes the numbers a little bit. I'll talk about that in a future video. When you're wearing an ionizer necklace, you want it to be as close as possible to your breathing zone. So it's very important, depending on which model you have, to pull it up and put it near your breathing area. That way, you're going to get the most amount of ions. Every centimeter makes a huge difference. Since I started using ionizers, my vision has gotten so much sharper, clearer. I can read the entire menu now at the McDonald's drive-thru. I've seen menu items I've never even seen before. My nose, my nasal congestion, completely gone. I've never thought that would happen in my entire life. Everything about my daily health has improved as a result of wearing one of these or putting it near me when I go to sleep. Okay, this is the first model I tested, the Vinci M1. I've had this model over a year personally. As you can see, it pulses. This is not advertised. It's a good price, good amount of ions, but it pulses in terms of total ion count per second. I also don't like how the necklace part is built in, but it does have an excellent battery life, and the device is large. I will admit, it's not heavy, but it's large. This is the Avinci M1 version 3.0. It's the same concept. It pulses, but it has more ions, so you do get your money's worth. The design is identical. I don't know what else to say besides that. I haven't used this model personally, but it looks just like the M1 and just a little better and just a little bit more expensive. And the necklace also is attached to it. This is a Vinci M5. This has advertised as 120 million ions. It has 1.2 million. It doesn't travel to the side all that great, which I thought was interesting. It could have been a fluke. Ions are very weird, or not weird, but they're very sensitive to measure. But I was surprised I couldn't measure it from the side. It does have a medium and high speed. The fibers are tucked in a little bit. I do like this device. It is USB-C, and I like how the necklace part is no longer attached. Now this is a generic off-brand. I was surprised how many ions it gave for the price. It's not bad at all. Now I did not measure the ozone or byproducts, but I have to assume those are at play, or the ions themselves are not that productive in cleaning the air for you. But in terms of total ion count, it's there. I don't think the battery is that great. That's just my opinion. This device is horrible. Don't buy this device. I had so much trouble trying to measure the ions on this. It just would not cooperate. In fact, I think ions only come from one side, or one emitter, and the other side is just, artistic. It's just there just to make it look like something's going on. I don't think anything is going on. It's advertised for 20 million ions. I measured 300. Don't get this. This is not a good device. Okay, this is another generic brand off of Amazon. I didn't measure it on day 1, but on day 2 it had 350,000 ions. I didn't really like this device so far because it just seems like the ions are not reliable. It does have 2 emitters, and it is light, but the battery seems very, very bad. The battery will die within a day, like even if you don't use it. So I just do not trust this device. Okay, now this device has a lot of ions. Now the thing about this device is it shocks you. If you touch the emitter, you'll get an static shock. But it has a lot of ions, and I'm just looking at the price, and it doesn't make any sense. I have to assume it emits ozone, or the ions are not very good at what they do. Now this device, I don't like the design at all, like one bit. Like they put the emitter inside of the device, so it's not even reaching your breathing area. You have to point it awkwardly just to measure the ions. The ions are there. Actually, I think I wrote 47,000 on the screen, but it's actually 470,000. The ions are there. There's not much else to say. Now this device, the wine air supply, this is the most unique ionizer I have. It has ion wind. I had a lot of trouble measuring these ions, and I'm not sure what's going on. I couldn't even feel the ion wind the day I measured them, or the days. These do work. I need more time to play with it because I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if I just dropped them and they're not working properly or what, but I have used them for my allergies, and they do work for allergies. So I will post a additional video on this soon. Okay, this is Airtamer. This is a company that's been around for a while. That has a lot of ions. The one thing about this is the emitter is pointed slightly outward. I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather have it pointed straight up, but it is pointed slightly outward. It has a built-in clip, and I do like how the emitter is replaceable. So it's connected by a magnet. I'll show you the magnet in a second, and you can just if you'd like, you can just replace the emitter for about $25, and you just have a new emitter. This is convenient. I wish more companies had this type of design. Now this is the VisiClean. This is not a bad device at all. The brand looks respectable. I have not used this for allergies, but I do trust it. It just seems better put together than the average, the lower brand ionizers. I like the on-off switch, which is a big deal, by the way, because you want to be able to easily, turn it on and off. It does have a built-in clip. You can also use the lanyard it comes with as a necklace. This is the Ion MX. I was surprised that this didn't measure higher because this is the top brand for ionizers. So I have the plastic on it, as I haven't worn it personally yet. This is like the gold standard for ionizers, this brand. They've been around for 18 years. They're very reliable. They're very good. This device came straight from Japan. It uses micro USB to charge. I like it. Now this is my favorite ionizer device, the Ion Premium. It's very reliable. It has the highest score for off to the side ions. It does not have the total highest ions, but I'm just confident that the ions that this emits is very, very high. Now you can see that the painting blurred a little bit because of trying to wipe it with alcohol, and the black paint just came right off. It has a rubber cover for the USB charging point. It has a little clip so you can clip it on, or you can just wear it as a necklace. I like the necklace lanyard. It's actually my favorite necklace lanyard, just the way it feels and the way you adjust it. Yeah, that's my favorite device. Now this is a Bipolar Fan Ionizer. It has a lot of ions. One thing I don't like about the design is the back. The fan is on the back. Why? I have no idea. It should be on the front. This makes no sense to have a design like that. Now, this is the positive ions that I'm measuring here. So, the other ionizers I just measured negative, but many of the lower brand ones did have off positive ions. Okay, this is my favorite bipolar body-worn ionizer by Quare. I hope I'm saying it right. They have a fan in the front, which is the correct design. It has 2 emitters, and the battery is respectable, but the fan does take a lot of battery to operate. And now measuring positive ions here, but as you can see, 4.3 million ions at 30 centimeters. That's pretty darn good. That's that is the highest. If you wanted total ions, that's the highest. Now this is the Sharp Ionizer, bipolar, and the fan. It doesn't have as many ions as a Quare, but it did travel better off to the side. This device is very large. I think it's more meant, on a desk as a built-in kickstand than to actually be worn. It's not something I think I would like wearing, but it does have USB-C, and I do trust Sharp. I do trust their quality control. So this is also available on Amazon, but Amazon Japan, which offers very good shipping rates and very quick as well. I wish they sold these devices in the US more often, but they do not. Now here I'm measuring the positive ions on the Ion Premium. As you can see, that's 0. If ionizers are so great, why don't the experts recommend it? Simple. There are no ionizer experts. Air quality experts openly admit they do not understand how an ionizer works. That's why nobody knows about it, because we don't have any experts. There you have it. You saw the measurements. You should visit my ionizer website when it's up and running in a few weeks. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you have a study that say, hey, this study shows ionizers are bad, send it to me. I'll fix it for you for free.